Welcome back. Let's get you the latest out of the Middle East now, where Israeli forces advanced into parts of Gaza City overnight. Residents there say it was one of the heaviest attacks since the start of the conflict. Local authorities believe dozens of people have been killed in eastern parts of Gaza. That's according to Reuters. Meantime, anti-government protests erupted across Israel yesterday, marking 9 months since Hamas launched its deadly attack on October 7th. Protesters demanded Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu make a deal to bring the remaining hostages home. CBS News senior foreign correspondent Holly Williams joins us now in Tel Aviv with more on this and other headlines. And Holly, I want to start by asking you about the State Department confirming that an American was injured after Hezbollah fired missiles into northern Israel on Sunday. What more can you tell us about that update?
Good morning, Errol. Well, as you know, Israel and the militant group Hezbollah in southern Lebanon have been exchanging deadly fire for months now. Hezbollah is apparently acting out of solidarity with Palestinians in the Gaza Strip. Like Hamas, it is backed by Iran. And as you'll remember, Hezbollah and Israel fought a bloody border war back in 2006. And there are fears that that could happen again. On Sunday, Hezbollah said that it fired a barrage of projectiles toward northern Israel. And according to Israeli media reports, an American citizen, a civilian, was seriously injured and is now being treated in a hospital here. Now, we are still working to confirm that, to confirm details and to find out exactly how that happened.
Meantime, Holly, the war continues to rage. I know that you've been reporting inside Rafah as hopes for peace start to rise again. Talk to us about the conditions in the enclave.
Well, Errol, new ceasefire talks are scheduled to take place this week, and the US is urging Israel to negotiate a truce. But Israel doesn't always do what Washington wants.
Israel launched a ground offensive in Rafah in May, despite the objections of the US. On Wednesday, for the first time, Israel's military took foreign journalists to the city on Gaza's border with Egypt to see what it's accomplished there.
We're now inside the Gaza Strip. Rafah City is straight ahead.
Israel said it had to go into Rafah because Hamas's 4 remaining battalions were hiding there, using tunnels connected to Egypt to smuggle in weapons. Israel's military claims it's killed more than 900 militants in the city, though it's also killed civilians, exactly what the US was worried about.
Israel's military says that we are standing above a terror ecosystem, a web of tunnels that were used by the militants. But above ground, all we can see is destruction on a scale that is really impossible to adequately describe. So I'm going to let my cameraman do the work. I'm going to let the pictures do the talking. This is a wasteland. The only people that we're seeing are Israeli soldiers.
Hamas leaders are still at large, according to Israel's military.
Do you know what's happening? Why is there all this gunfire?
Those gunfires are part of outgoing gunfire. We are in a war zone. This is protecting the area.
As an Israeli, how do you feel about the fact that so many Americans are now condemning what Israel is doing in Gaza?
I think it's something that we need to be better in, explaining ourselves to the world.
Shortly after that, we were told to move. If peace does finally come to Gaza, this shattered strip of land will need to be rebuilt from the ground up.
Here in Israel, it's now been 9 months since the October 7th attacks, and 120 hostages are still thought to be held hostage inside the Gaza Strip. According to recent polling, around 60% of Israelis now support the ceasefire plan outlined by President Biden. Errol.
All right, Holly Williams with that eye-opening report. Thank you.